More or Nothing.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of More or Nothing with Ryan and Max as always. And later on in the show, we will be joined by none other than Castres tighthead, formerly of the Harlequins parish, in the shape of Will Collier, to get his thoughts on qualification for the Champions Cup knockout stages and also an amazing result for his former club against La Rochelle. First things first. Hello, boys. How are we?
Another absolutely mental weekend of rugby. I'm happy to say I stayed off the beers, which is the main thing. But what the hell happened at the weekend with some of the rugby? We tried to sort of preempt what was going to happen. When you're doing the TV stuff, you're like, right, okay, let's see if we can guess what's happening. There was a few shock results in there. Maxie boy, how's the carcass? How's it holding up?
It's fine. You know what? The shock results matter. This is just like, why? It just doesn't. There's no. The consequences are terrible. I'm sad about it. But we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
Part.
Well, Glasgow. We could have done with you holding those boys out.
Right? I really wanted Saris. In my head, I was like, come on, Saris, do a Saris thing and win at Glasgow. Just
you fucking sicko.
No, I know. I felt guilty by thinking that because I didn't want to go to Toulouse away so early on. But I was like, you know what? To be the best, you got to beat the best. So such is life.
Best thing about the Champions Cup is the fact that you get loads of biltong. Just like there's like stacks and stacks of it. Biltong companies just load in, and we were just talking there. You've been eating the dry horse, right?
Oh, I've got the draw wall from Victorian.
I swear I could live off it. The
problem is once you start eating it, you could eat 5 meters of it.
No, and also you'd have gout and then bruxism at night through having chewed so much of your jaw off.
Do you reckon that's a thing? I think gout's there's something else going on there. I don't think drawers is a high purine food.
No,
I reckon it's a food for the trail finder. You know, the settlers of old. This is a proper primitive bit of nutrition, which is just I think it perpetuates good health, Mark.
Since getting back, Max, how much have you eaten?
Many feats of this. It's just delicious. This is kudu, by the way, that rather large antelope that you find in the sort of the Kruger National Park or the Serengeti, and it is quite delicious. I feel like a barbarian just for chewing on it.
It's just the best thing. Get home and just eat it and just tear through it. And also, for anyone with stool trouble, if you've got a loose stool, that will firm it right up. It's almost like a Buddha-vorse is coming out of your butthole.
That's great.
That's so good great for you. Honestly, it's so good.
I like jerky, right? But there's something about the biltong, the marinades within the drawers and the biltong. You know, the Worcestershire sauce and the vinegar with the coriander seed and all that sort of naughtiness. It just adds a umami sort of acid to the meat, which is just glorious. Whereas jerky is just kind of salt, pepper, dry beef. But if you make it yourself, it can be quite fun. I also enjoy how moist you can make biltong. You know what I mean? When the fat's rendered perfectly. Oh, good God. And it's just caramelized, dissolving on the palate. It is wonderful.
For anyone listening and not watching, Mark's almost got his head in his hand. He's actually head nearly rolled off the back of his shoulders. He's fed up with this conversation. But this is where I think this leads into the segue of sponsorship. Any biltong or dry horse companies out there that want to sponsor the show, that want to give us some free biltong and dry horse, we will wax lyrical about it.
There we go. So if you do want to sponsor us as a biltong or jerky company, that's the sort of thing that we can bring to the table. 4.5 minutes of unfiltered chat around drying your own meats. What is that?
Very easy to do, Mark. Very easy to make.
No, that is. Look, I did enjoy that. But I think when you then ask for sponsorship is the equivalent of spotting, I don't know, Steven Spielberg in a restaurant and then going into a method acting just in front of him and then just being like, now give me some parts. You know, people aren't here to give that. We'll give a big shout out to our main crew at Wolf Craig, though. Love those boys. We love those boys. Head on over to wolfcraig.com. To go and grab yourself some lovely whiskey or gin if that's your thing. But they've got some lovely things there. And Ryan, no doubt, over the last few weeks has been testing some of them with the fabulous people there, but always a big thanks to those guys. I need to start with something's been on my mind all week. It's very important.
Oh, no.
It is. It has been this kind of, I don't know, sort of faux adjacent crisis that England have, and somehow in the tighthead and the
mate, can I just say
somehow is has not had any names. Do you know what I mean? Cropping up besides all of the different publications where I've gone on and commented Max Lahey for England.
Right, let's put let's be realistic here, Mark. First up, I'm approaching. Second off,
why did you say that? Cut. Don't say no. You're as old as I make you on Wikipedia.
Okay, fine. But
you're not. You're literally 33. I mean, I think it's changed since I lost it in there.
Okay,
but...
so I missed most of the season through the ankle injury up to this point, and I've been playing loosehead primarily. I started one game against Scarlets at tighthead. I appreciate the support, Mark. I appreciate
versatility, mate. All in the in the papers, indeed. It's saying, oh, we need people who can bring some of that versatility. No, you need somebody with a chassis made in the laboratory to show everybody else what they should be doing, right? And you know what? I left Ryan a message, didn't I, saying all we need is 100,000 signatures.
100,000 signatures.
That's all we need. 100,000 signatures for it to be discussed in Parliament. I feel like that's the easy option, though. So let's sort of part that as sort of thing. We'll do option B, if you will. Option A.
No.
Right. No. What?
I think that's a great idea. I genuinely think anyone that's watching this right now, you won't have drifted off. Max has no say in this. We should start a petition.
Oh, don't do that.
Max Lahey for England, Six Nations.
Oh,
100%. Okay, because also. The other thing I thought to kind of also kickstart the signatures. Rage Against the Machine became Christmas #1, all right, because of this sort of thing where you just need to get a bit of get into the zeitgeist, get into the kind of the what's going on and what's fashionable in the psyche at the moment.
Right.
I am thinking, Ryan, Six Nations Day where there's always a round table before the tournament with all of the head coaches. Classic question to Steve Borthwick, that is. Steve, why isn't Max Lahey being talked about?
Oh God, yeah, I don't know.
Ryan? You be Steve right now. Excuse me, Steve. Yeah, hi, Mark Tudor Edwards, but actually Mark Edwards because Mark Tudor Edwards is too posh for telly. So Mark Edwards right now. Tell me, why isn't Max Lahey? Why aren't we talking about him?
How does Borthers sound? Borthers, like, does he speak like this, Max? What is he? He's not Northern, is he? I've got Northern in my head.
You're gonna go Wigan again.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Ready? I'm going. Max. He's good. I like him a lot. But
stop! I don't like this.
But he's maybe a bit too old. Is he the future? And your answer is he is the future because he's going to help grow the game for the other younger
He's
generation.
The present, Steve, and he's the future. And he's already done the past. So what else do you need? I don't think there's anything else he can't bring to the table.
Look at his rig.
Look at his
Max
chassis.
Is absolutely despising this. Anyone listening, he's hating it. He's absolutely
We will
hating
say
it.
Look at his chassis, and then I'd be like, Max, take your top off, because obviously I brought you in under false pretenses. You don't know why you're there. Then you're being told to take your top off, and then all the crowd start cheering. That's how I've pictured it. That said, Max, be honest. What would it mean if you did ever, at this point, get to play for England?
I'd think I'd dose myself somehow with acid or something. I'd be like, how have we ended up here? But maybe it'd be really cool. It'd be very cool, Mark. But
dare to dream.
Sadly, I've let go of those aspirations a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I think you should be. We'll ask Will Collier when he gets on.
We'll ask Will Collier. Just quickly though, on Instagram, when a post came up, I don't know by who, saying you obviously should be. What I loved is the support of some of your closest pals. Jonathan Joseph, of course, who you sort of grew up with, you're very good friends. Impossible.
There's someone JJ right. I was like a realist. JJ, he never sugarcoats it.
Alex Corbuziero, this would be special. Unlucky not to have happened when he was charging around like the ultimate warrior for London Irish. There you go. And then the rugby injury physio, what Max Laheath does on the pitch and in the scrum is echoed in eternity. Give him a call at England Rugby. Nice, always like that. Everybody's there. It should be done. Email content. He's getting better week on week. That's all that we would send to Borthers. When the gladiatorial arena is beckoning, the juices begin stirring within the soul of the sinew chiseled warriors. Nice. Right, that was Town of 555. Anyway, thank you.
Sorry, Max. If you were to name 4 props right now that will be in the Six Nations squad, just quickly, who are they? Who are the 4 guaranteed props in there?
Ellis, Finn, Joe, and if Finn, but Finn hasn't played for a while, so I think he's injured right now. So it might be more sinister than it appears. But if he's not playing, it'd probably be Bevan Rod. So it'd be Ellis, Bevan, and obviously Affo's there. Billy Sellers there. He's in the discussion, but right now, I don't know who the 4th guy would be. That is actually up in the air, I think.
There it is.
There you go. Even someone as knowledgeable about the scrum as you.
I'd say maybe they bring back Trev if he's keen to get back in.
Yeah.
Did you have to scrum against Big Ben at the weekend, or was he the other side?
No, I was playing tighthead. I was up against I've forgotten this fellow's name, but yeah, no, but it was Genji versus Big Ben, and then he had Carlos Sadi. It was a fairly even scrum contest. Just a few elbows down at the sort of it was breaking down, taking it low, and then referees sort of intuition. We lost the count, but they were very much resettable offences.
Talk us through, Max, the match as a whole. You put a big hit on Big Ben.
There's only one way in there. What are you going to do there on a tap penalty? You're like, oh God, Planet Ben's about to get the ball. You either go ankles or you just load up big fella.
Planet Ben,
straight.
Planet Ben, no.
So yeah. No, the game was it was interesting because they didn't actually get through many phases for any of their tries. They didn't have to work for it. Obviously, it was raining, so both teams I felt were kind of had their attack potential muted by the conditions, and I think they were just a bit more canny about how they played the ref, how they played the breakdown, and where they played the game. I think we could have potentially kicked the ball a bit more and forced the play back on them, and then try and live off the same errors that they were living off of ours.
And that is it, Max. This is what I look at, right? And everyone's going, oh, Bordeaux, you don't want to get them. But actually, they lived off your scraps. There were 2 tries that they got were fully off of your mistakes. There was one ball that drifted out the back, and then obviously, what was the other one? I can't remember. There was a drop ball which they scooped up, kicked down, and then the slide from one of your boys that missed it. You actually look back at that game. Fuck, you had them. They were there for the beating. Even towards the end of that match where you're looking, and we were praying, obviously, Glasgow Warriors were watching the game and we're hoping, don't let them get the bonus. So Glasgow have the opportunity to finish top seed, which would be awesome. But they were there for the taking, mate. And that's what I think is probably most impressive with the way that you boys played is everyone's talking them up. But actually, when you really get down to the crux of that one.
Yeah, I know. It would have been it'd have been so fun to see what it would have been like with some dry conditions, though, with both those teams. It would have been an absolute exhibition, I believe, but such is the way of this time of year. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I think if you get to face that team again, you'd be optimistic about your chances, 100%.
There's a bit of a quirk in the way the draw is, right? That you guys had to the 6-time champions Toulouse, while Sale, who are below you in the seedings, go to Quins. Who you've kind of beaten both those sides.
They're a different team now, Mark. You can't write them off. That crisis chat,
of course I'm not.
That crisis chat has fixed them. Oh my gosh, toppling La Rochelle. This is what I mean. We're getting to all the games, but you can't look at it that way, because a team like Quins, who have been dog shit all season, suddenly have found a little bit of momentum, and boys, that's fucking big old feet going over to La Rochelle and doing what they did, especially in the manner that they did it. It's wide open. The only annoying thing about this is you have to wait till April to then see what happens there. I had a chat with Tom Jordan this morning. Is he all right? He said he was bleeding out during the game. He thought he was going to die.
Yeah, no, he got somehow he's completely lacerated the inside of his mouth. So he's had to get stitches inside his mouth and it just wouldn't stop bleeding. So when he came off, he was just like talking like a ventriloquist. I felt so bad for him. Just so unfortunate. You know, when you get one of those big boo-boos inside the mouth and it just won't stop bleeding.
Inside the mouth. He said he lay on the bed for like 15 minutes and they're like, you know, when you're just lying there for 15 minutes, you don't want to go back on. You're like, really? Like, but he said, it was like, well, I was bleeding out. I thought it was the end.
just Call of Duty, just shuffling his ass across the floor. Battle Royale.
We're losing him! We're losing him!
Into the gulag.
In the gulag, yeah, mate. Poor guy. You'll have his soup and ice cream for a while, I think.
We're not so into valiant defeats, but because you guys you've been on an amazing run, and you know you've forgotten how to lose. But to be fair, Bordeaux, as Ryan has said, are the team.
Yeah.
And you guys gave them every scare that they've had in a while.
I think it's a really valuable lesson. I think we'll learn a lot from that defeat, like truly. So, really looking forward to taking it forward and playing Exeter this weekend, actually, who are playing very well. They just trounced Cardiff at home. So, yeah, mate, it should be. It's all to play for still. Really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Champions Cup is an easy route for you boys. I mean, listen, you beat Toulouse down there. You obviously then face potentially Bordeaux. So then you just dust off Bordeaux and then you face either Bath or Northampton potentially. So, I mean, you're basically there in the final.
That's how you become European champs. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Run the crucible, run the gauntlet. Why not? The Kingslayers. The Kingslayers.
And yeah, just quickly, Celessi Rayassi, who we loved having on last week. Did he say hi?
Yeah, had a quick chin wag with him. Jean-Luc as well. He was, mate, Rayassi, a lot bigger than I thought, boys. Obviously, on these little pixelated screens, everyone's sort of the same size. You see him out there, you're like, oh, wow, you are a racehorse of a man. Tall, 6'3", thick through the back. Yeah, no, serious player. Serious looking athlete. But yeah, he
had some good girth to him,
didn't get along. Yeah, no, serious. And then had a quick chat with Jean-Luc. He's loving it. Can't speak a word of French. He's doing his lessons, but he's struggling, as you can imagine, the big fella. But yeah, he's getting on well. The answer in Rendsburg as well. I had a chat with him, with Rowan. He seems good. Yeah, the boys are loving it down there. The land of milk and honey, the land of grapes and cheese. So yeah, man, Bordeaux camp, looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
On that, because obviously you've been up close and personal with this weekend, so we can't miss out talking about Jalibert and Bielle-Biarrey. Like, they are literally, it's like they work in unison. They're like in sync together. When one of them goes for it, it's like Bielle-Biarrey's just belting after him. He's like, mon ami is making a break here, and grand break. And he's there on his shoulder. They just seem to work together. What were they like up and close? What were...
Oh, yeah, they're very connected. Chitty chatty. But yeah, Bieber, he's like a greyhound in the slips, and he's ready for the start at all times. He's just chasing the life out of the leather.
And on the flip side, like compared to Rayassi, like just like a schoolboy, as small as an Ange Capozzo, like, is that what he's like, or?
Who, Bieber? No, there's a sort of ranginess, like an avatar body. Like there's no excessive tissue on that frame, but he's still a big enough Homo sapien. Just enough to sort of carry himself in the great game of tip and tap, but also to sort of experience those delightful velocities we like to see him do every weekend.
We forgot to talk about BV nearly getting his head filled in after he scores that try, and then he tries to run it back and gets hit by 3 people. I think it was Tamafuna, maybe.
Bro, I was right behind him when he did that. I was like, he just takes them. He takes the hits. Oh,
he ran so hard. I'm like, here he goes.
Bro, he ran so hard, and I was like, oh, door's closed, mate.
Me and Barks on Friday went, we got down to the Rec quite early, so we were like, oh, what should we do? So we went to, I've never been, an everyman cinema.
You've never been?
Oh, that's so your type of place.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It is. Yeah. Mate, before the bath game, sat in there, had a burger and chips.
What do you watch?
I went and watched Hamnet.
Hamnet?
Yeah, it's the new Hamlet. It's like a period drama. It's right up your street.
Really? Is it good?
Weirdly,
That does
Barks
not
and I.
sound like something you and Barks would be like, yeah, you know what? We're going to go watch Hamnet.
It was me, Barks, and then there was probably about 30 other 80-year-olds in there. It was quite a strange, eclectic mix in there. But I tell you what, I really got into it because
What did you get? Did you get the milkshake, the smash burger?
I got the smash burger and chips. Yeah, they're
course you
lovely.
did.
Very, very
You did.
good. But no, more importantly, Hamnet, Max, I think you've got to go and watch it. It's pretty
Okay.
dark. It's
Oh,
all
really?
about Hamlet and William Shakespeare. It wasn't until the end I then clicked it was William Shakespeare. But I nearly
Last
started
night.
crying. I nearly started crying in the cinema on Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
But is the diction Shakespearean, or is it more kind of...
They were talking in your language the whole way through. I was just
okay.
thinking Max would be
bit.
frothing if he was watching this.
I
He would probably be
watched-
reciting it back as well. I can imagine you in there, like just giving it back to what's going on. But yeah, pretty deep, pretty dark. But anyway, back to rugby. Sorry, I just remembered that we'd gone.
Brilliant. Let's head over from Hamnet to Glasgow. And I think now we can very much say that there's not even a dark horse tag anymore. Yeah, you guys are in this tournament to win it. And you're proving it by beating these teams and beating them in a very calm way, it felt like. It was one of those matches where, who holds Saracens out to no tries?
Boys, it was a thing of beauty. Max, you think I was slightly biased, you, on the old comps?
I mean, knowing you, I enjoyed it. But if I'm a Sarries fan, oh my God, that'd be tough listening, wouldn't it? You'd be muting it as you've made as Ryan sort of delicately articulates the villainy that is Ben Earl and stuff, and then talking about off the ball wins from Dempsey and the Glasgow Warriors.
I've got to say, I was loving it. I maybe got into it a little bit too much, but this is where, when I'm doing commentary with someone like Goody, he should be fighting the Sarries corner. I'm fighting that's how I think it should work. It should be a pushing and pulling of like going at each other and trying to get stuck into each other whilst your teams are doing it on the field. And he even said before, I want Sarries to win. So I was like, okay, let's go. Let's see what happens up in the commentary box. And to be fair, look, if Glasgow before that game had been told you're going to get 15 points from your group, they would have bitten someone's hand off. To go into that game knowing that there's potential to finish second seed, annoying that, Max, you couldn't do us a favour and obviously keep them out right at the last minute to stop Bordeaux getting a top seed. But incredible to get all the points. And yeah, like you said, patient, Mark. Patient is the word, because they scored the 3 tries, fully in control in that first half. But in the second half, possession territory was all Sarries. They just couldn't get over the line. And fair play to the boys. They were on song. That's it now, because you look at, right, I'm going to try and get the thing up now, but you look at the way they've gone about it, exactly like you said. Sale went under the pump first half, then managed to find a way back to win. That Toulouse game, they did exactly the same. Castres, they went ahead, but Castres nearly came back into it. But Castres, Clermont, a huge win over there. But Sarries just looked way off the boil as well, Max, didn't they? They looked like a team that knew they were through and were almost like, oh, well, we've not really got a huge amount of play for. They didn't look like the Sarries of old.
I know, but they selected they've selected their strongest team, and it was just the set piece. Like Glasgow were on top in almost all facets. And you guys were defensively, you didn't have that much possession for most of the game.
Nothing whatsoever. No.
Yeah, so it was a gritty win, but very dominant in the fashion it was done. Like Xander Fakeson had a huge game. Matt, he was class in the scrums, and then Dempsey also epic.
How weird is Jack Dempsey?
Oh, just slightly unhinged, isn't he?
Yeah, the eyes. Every time he knows it, where the eyes are going.
It's just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit tat. Looks like he's potentially had a touch of the rabies. But
that clip of Collier, when Collier finally takes a high ball, Demo's there, smashes him, drags him along, right, and throws him on the floor. The game's still going on. Demo just walks through the ruck, walks back round, and he's giving it that to the. What is he doing?
No, it's like full WWE. Yeah, he's gone full WrestleMania on it. But yeah, fair play. It was a great win. Very good win.
And ultimately,
do you know, sorry, the bit that I knew Glasgow that Sarries weren't anywhere in the races was, remember when you get a choke tackle, right, and you've got a hold up and the ref calls Maul, That is your license. And back in the day, Saris were the worst for it. That is your license to absolutely destroy someone's ribs. I'm going in like back to you. You can go in, and legally you are allowed to maim someone's ribs as hard as you possibly can. Nothing. Just let it go on. They were just sort of stood there watching it, and I'm thinking, they're off. They're off. They're nowhere near this. So, yeah, massive win. Thank God. If La Rochelle had won, do you know who Glasgow would have played in the round of 16? It would have been Edinburgh at home, which actually would have made me worry more than playing the Bulls, because that would have been Edinburgh's World Cup final. It would have been everything to... You imagine if Edinburgh were coming here in April for the round of 16, I reckon Sean Everett's resting every player for about 3 weeks before. It's a training camp coming into it, and it's them just thinking Glasgow have won all their pool games, maximum points, and then to knock Glasgow off their perch would have been their sole purpose in life.
Yeah, that changes the stakes, doesn't it? It puts the ribeyes on the top shelf, yeah.
So a lot of people are like, no, I'd rather Edinburgh than Bulls. I'm thinking, no way. So, yeah, listen, Bulls coming to Scotstoun. I see them doing the job. Then, obviously, Toulon Stormers. We'll get one of them. I'm guessing Toulon. Toulon here at Scotstoun again. It looks like we'll probably be facing Leinster. Leinster or Harlequins. I can't imagine Quins will be able to put up with that. So, Leinster in a semi before Glasgow. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, there it is. And it's almost fated that Max and the Bristol boys let that try go right at the death, because then it means that you technically won't meet each other until Bilbao in the final. Well, we are delighted to have with us Castres tighthead prop Will Collier, formerly also of Harlequins, has come across Max in even more former times. Will, how are you? A great weekend for you.
I'm very well, thank you. Yep, good weekend. I'm really excited to be on the show with a couple of old mates. True the fat.
Come on, just explain how you know us, because you two go back a fair way. We were trying to work it out. Roslyn Park, am I right?
Yeah, Roslyn Park. Well, so I don't think anyone will believe how we met. It just doesn't really make sense, does it?
Not at all. Not at all. Through the most famous speed coach on earth. I don't know. She was more of a life mentor for me, but Margot Wells.
Yeah, life mentor, speed coach. She kind of did it all. One-stop shop.
People genuinely ask me right now, they go, like, who do you owe your career to? Like, who are the biggest influences? And I genuinely still to this day say it was Margot Wells.
Because I stopped a while ago now, 2016 maybe. And the effects of it wore off shockingly quickly.
Sorry, Will, can I just interrupt?
The next season, I was just in treacle for the rest of my career.
When it was brought up, when Ryan was like, I think he was with Margot Wells, Max's immediate comment was, well, that didn't work, did it?
Hold on. When I played with you, I used to be quite quick, no? Back in the day.
Yeah, no, you actually were a lot more. Yeah, you were a lot more athletic back then. When we were young tiddlywinks down at Roslyn Park, you had a bit of toe on you.
This is a depressing start. It fell off a cliff, didn't it? Anyway, yeah.
Hey, mate, listen, you're riding high now because you're playing for Cass and you're dusting off teams like Munster. I text Leonie Nakarawa saying, Tavina, talk to me. And he put, whoa, Brest, they were very angry.
They were. He sends his love, by the way.
Oh, what a man. What a man. Talk to us about that game, because like, let's face it, no one expected you boys to go over. I don't know why, because the team you've got is ridiculous. But talk us through that one.
I mean, historically, we don't travel well in Europe, Cast. I mean, we often rotate the team quite a lot. I think a lot of it came from last year. We beat Saris at their place with a rotated team. And it's one of those where it's easy to say in hindsight, but before the game when you have a buzz, and obviously we've gone and win it, so looking back it's easy to say, but it felt like there was just something in the air. It would kind of go into the stadium, the build-up had been right, everyone was buzzing, we had a strong team out, great bench, and it just felt right. And, running out onto the pitch, it was big Tom Staniforth, second row with the mullet, his 100th game, and Antoine Tichy, one of the old boys who hasn't played much, Giselle Luce said he was kind of joking it could be his last game for the club because he's not been playing much. So there was the emotion factor running out there. I think we were only the third French team to win over there. So mate, it just all aligned and felt good going out and managed to sneak it.
Oh,
good.
how good! Did you get a night out? Did you get a night out afterwards? Could be a dodgy place to get out for a few pints of Guinness.
Yeah, I've heard. No, we were straight back on the plane, which was a really, really tough shift. Got back in at 5 a.m. You know, kids were knocking on the door at 6:30. But yeah, a few Guinness in the airport, and then back in today.
Are
you
Quick turnaround.
Ryan mentioned texting Leone Nakarawa and people being angry.
When Naka said they were angry, I think it's because we have a little French song that we all sing after the game, and somebody stupidly started it as they were walking through the tunnel.
Oh.
So you can kind of understand. You know, we'd gone through, then we were lined up, and then someone started singing. And understandably, they weren't the happiest, so they did a quick loop and snuck back round, didn't go the whole way through. And I'm sure, I'm sure Naka was winding them up a little bit as well. In for June.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it. That is like, honestly, places to go and win. Toman Park. Yeah, it's up there.
Mate, it's an amazing arena, isn't it? What a place. It's my first time playing there.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, and packed out as well, I'm guessing.
Packed out, yeah. Awesome.
Oh, my goodness. And, like, talk to us about, like, during the game, that because... Who's your winger that scored the try at the end to clinch it?
Young, right?
Christian.
Oh, mate, what an athlete as well.
Well, he's
tearing
nuts.
Up trees.
He's nuts. Did you see he did that mad try-saving tackle start of last year against Racing when he was coming from the far side of the pitch and got him like a metre away from the try line. Did you see that? It was crazy pace.
I do remember seeing that on social media. I do remember seeing that. And because you're a team full of Fijians as well. There's a fair few Fijians there in Castres, right?
Yeah, I slot right in, mate. Just kind of out the back door and over the top, just like Naka. No, I'm the yin to their yang. Kind of, we balance each other out a bit.
Oh, I love it.
But they're great. I mean, they're absolute legends, aren't they? What great people, as you know. But yeah, they're great, and they certainly help us a lot when we need them.
Talk through that moment though when Christian Ambandiang scores that try. He looked absolutely lightning, just doing all of it. There was 2 cover tacklers, one was lining him up, and he's just lightning.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of we have these players that can just do that. It's a bit like the Nakarawa magic. Christian's got the same kind of thing. He can just pull out these incredible feats of skill and mainly strength. To be honest, he's so strong and so powerful. And yeah, it was, you know, on the touchline. It's on. On va gagner. Managed to do it.
And now you face Northampton. The Frenchies don't like those lot very much, do they?
No. Well, we played them last year. They beat us and knocked us out, and because I think there was a chance we were going to play Quins, which I was buzzing about, and the lads are buzzing about. And obviously now it's Saints. And the worst thing about that is when we played them last year, with the hotel we stayed in, I won't name it. It's one I've stayed in before, but they must have been having an off day with the food. And it was asparagus season in France, I think. So, you know, like they love all their delicacies, and the fresh asparagus comes out. So we have it every meal. And they someone must have said on the meal plan, serve the asparagus. And it was just raw, horrible, like grainy asparagus. The lads were kicking off. And then what else did we have? We had
I love that. Sorry, that is that Mark will appreciate that more than anyone, because that is the sort of comment that Mark will be like, this is a space. The
game was lost. Game was lost when we saw the asparagus. And then they have their little jambon beurre fromage sandwiches before the match. I just remember Babs, our captain, with like Warburton sliced bread and like the wafer thin, like watery ham.
Warburton sliced bread.
Jambon beurre before the match.
Like, the French would have been hissing. Yeah.
Right, and I got all the brunt through. Like, what is this thing? But lads, it's not always like this. I promise.
That is so good that you get the heat for it as well. You are stupid. Look at you, the roast beef. You are the fucking roast beef.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, on behalf of the hotel, I'd like to apologise, boys. Like, come round mine in a week. I'll make you something nice.
I love that. It is so good.
That's good.
It was horrible. The raw asparagus.
Games won and lost on the pre-match meal. Max, you'll agree, it's a big part of the day. Like that can set you up or set you up to fail in a game, right?
Especially for the French. That's massive, massive. Actually, Will, how are you finding it as a quintessential Englishman now relocated to France? What's your go-to now? Are you fully into all the?
Mate,
you love a cook.
I couldn't be more French. The lads say I'm more French than they are, and this is like a very French club. You know, we're in the heartlands here. It suits me down to a T. Like
I knew it would.
I'm lucky. It was all part of the master plan, wasn't it? I mean, I'm living out in the sticks. I'm not in the town, so managed to find a nice house with a few barbecues in the back garden. But it's, I'm out on the sticks, but I'm walking distance to 2 boulangeries. Like you can't. It's
so good.
It's the dream, mate. It's very dangerous. But it's very high quality. So
of course,
like I'm sure it's high protein and all that. But no, it's awesome. Like Castres, tiny town, 45,000. Everyone lives and breathes rugby. Everyone kind of knows you. It's great. They're not like, I think some of the clubs, it sounds like the fans, you go out and about and they kind of pest you a little bit sometimes. So some of the bigger clubs, whereas here it's like mega respectful. Everyone lets you do your own thing, and but the boucherie, boulangerie, everyone knows you, and you win, you get a little discount, get a little saucisson thrown in sometimes.
Oh, look at that!
It's nice.
Professional rugby saucisson just chucked in.
What are you enjoying, like eating, cooking at the moment? What are you up to? Like, I know
you. What am I weighing now, mate? Do you know what the go-to is at the moment? Is the pot au feu.
Please elaborate.
Pot au feu. So it's quite a hard thing to execute, but it's like mate, you love this. It's all like bone brothy and stocky.
Oh right,
great collagen and joints. So you just whack in like oxtail, bone marrow. If you're feeling crazy, a bit of like tongue. They like putting in tongue.
Yeah, tongue's yummy. Yeah.
And then potatoes, carrots, leeks, a few bit of veg, and you just simmer it down with loads of like herbs and bouquet garni all day. I'll send you a photo afterwards, but it's great.
Outstanding.
But
this time of year as well.
Exactly, yeah. I've got some oxtail just bubbling away over there in the corner.
I absolutely love this, like because we usually talk so much shit that we're like, right, we'll get the guests to talk about rugby, and now we're talking about pot au feu.
I was going to say, this is going to be the All or Nothing food edition. Like maybe twice a year.
And then also you've got some Pilates equipment in the backdrop there. What are we up to? Kung Fu Panda vibes.
Just trying to keep me all, yeah. Well, it kind of came off the back of Margot Wells' sprint technique. I kind of wanted to get a bit more flexible. I love the Pilates. It's an absolute.
How long have you been doing that for?
A long time now, like 5 years.
Wow,
mate, it's a game changer though. Like gets the rotation going, gets the deep core, the pelvic floor going, which mine used to be rather weak. But I think it's a game changer for me, mate. The Pilates has been amazing.
Let's talk about Quins whilst we've got him here.
Yeah, let's move on to
see that coming, Big Will. Did you see that coming?
Yeah, mate, it's classic Quins. It's classic Quins. I could have called it. Like again, they'll just turn up at these big arenas and do something like that. I spoke to a couple of the boys the week before, and obviously it's been dark there, like pretty dark environment, and results not been going their way. But you get them in an environment like that, away from home, hostile crowds, with some good travelling fans who've come to support them. Like anything's possible. And La Rochelle, they've been struggling a bit. Maybe they're not quite the team they used to be in Europe and in the top 14 at the moment. So, like, I kind of could see it coming. Like the boys were frothing. Like Smithy was on fire. You could see a lot of the boys who come in, like they were just hungry for it.
That's interesting because when we discussed the predictions for this week, that understandably perhaps both boys, but not in the way that you'd imagine of La Rochelle will obviously do it at home. But Max, you did caveat it by saying it would be the most Harlequins thing ever for basically them to go and win that and then potentially cruise their way through and suddenly, I don't know, finish second last or last in the Prem and somehow win the Champions Cup.
I know. Well, I mean, I think Jason Gilmore said we're kind of the Premiership's done for us. We'll focus on Europe now. And I guess he's really done that. Like they're going all out there, and fair play. Amazing game.
They've got Sale now at home, which I see them winning that. I see Quins beating Sale at home because I know that you've got to take the form of what happened in the Prem. Just write that off now. They're a different team. I truly see like they've turned a corner and like the momentum they gained from just this Champions Cup. I can't see Sale going down there and doing a job at Quins. So I reckon they go through and play Leicester in a quarter, boys. I'm serious.
Mate, I really hope so. But Sale, it's just kind of that team that I don't know.
It's the
just
defense,
grind it.
the blitz, and they're good against teams like who love to play out the back of that forward pod.
And they'll just control it and get physical. And I don't know. I think if it was another big French team, I'd probably be more inclined to agree. I don't know.
Here's a question for you, Will, because you'll play Northampton. Let's say, and I don't know if you know the full ins and outs of what will happen here, but if you go over to play Northampton and beat them in the round of 16, you effectively might as well just stay there because you play Bath or Sarries next. So do they take the PJ over and just say, right, we'll leave it on the tarmac. If we win, we're staying for an extra week. We get shit asparagus for another week? Or
it all depends on the food. No, to be fair. The PJ was a nice touch. The president here he's great. He's a lovely guy. And we had the old PJ out to Munster as well with over 100 partners came with us, like 100 sponsors, which was wild. Yeah, which was awesome. But yeah, mate, you're right. That's a good thing. I'll try and float that actually. Maybe just stay, go down to southwest London.
Yeah,
have a little week training there.
And boys, just whilst we're on it, on that other, because we're doing a little look forward. So let's just say Northampton Castres. Let's say you win. Who's winning that? Bath Sarries, because you can't see Bath, can you?
I think Bath got that one.
It's got to be Bath. What form they're on?
Outstanding at the moment.
They're just like oozing this confidence, which I can't see shifting. Like because we played them a couple of weeks ago, and you speak to all the boys, and they're just like. They just got this like, no, we're doing well. It's good. You're trying to be humble here, but you know you're like best team in Europe probably, or right up there. Like they were.
It's so annoying, isn't it?
It's like that smugness,
It's so weird because literally, if there had been a relegation battle, like when they were going through that period, a lot of those players were there. They'd have been playing in the champ for a season. It's wild how quick stuff can change.
I know, now they're so smug. Like,
so smug at the cat that got the Korean. Oh, well.
What relegation? No,
what are you talking about? That was yesteryear.
I don't know why it's thinking of Max and thinking of Bristol, but you were part of that epic semi-final, Bristol, and then the final. What was the more epic game for you?
Bristol, right? It's got to be like that was nuts. I mean, it's funny because everyone it was a long time ago now. Well, longish time ago, but it was just wild. Like it was absolutely nuts. I was kind of my wife was about to book our holiday at half time. Like she was already looking at train times to get me down to Cornwall, and then it's kind of like one try it's on, next try it's on. I think Pat and the Bristol boys talk pretty openly about Max. You'll know like. The psychological impact that had on the team lingered for a little while, like because they were home dry, like half time. It was like it's done, and it's like, but yeah, I don't know how it happened, but to be honest, I don't know if we've fully still after all these years, I haven't quite come to terms with it. It was such a nuts game, such a crazy thing to do, then go win it the week after.
That season in general for you boys was crazy though. Like Boxing Day, you were like. Cooked, and then you just turned it around. Like you got who was it? Gusted, wasn't it?
Guzzy, yeah, Guzzy.
Then I guess it was like the sort of council of you, Danny Kerr, Joe running the shit,
the fellowship of the Harlequins,
the triumvirate of Quins, just driving you forward under Marcus Smith's youthful exuberance and brilliance, and mate, unreal. It was a mate. That was a championship of the centuries, 100%. Really cool story.
It was so weird, but then what was the final against Exeter was 40 something, wasn't it? It was just like. Yeah. But
That
that's
was
it's like the weekend is Quins are one of those teams where you got to just go all bets are off and like all caution to the wind, let the boys play, like get the shackles off and let them go and express themselves. Because if it's like too regimented and controlled, the boys can't express themselves and play, and it's kind of I don't know, it's a bit of a tricky one now in where they're at in terms of the culture and the identity, but like that was just perfect storm because there's nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose, lads. Just go on and swing the bat. Can I say, are we going to do the Max for England chat as well?
Oh, that's a
Can I get involved in that?
No, don't do that. It's not.
Can we?
Yes, that's a
So I
great.
remember when Ugo Monye got Ollie Cohn selected for Wales off a Twitter campaign, when he found out he had some sort of like, and I think, mate, now's the time. Now's the time.
Now's the time, you
You're
reckon?
on the form of your life.
Oh, thanks, Will.
You're on the form of your
Appreciate
life,
it.
mate.
Oh, that means a lot.
You'd sign the petition, wouldn't you, Will? Would you sign the petition?
But I'd sign the petition for sure. I'll be sending it around everywhere. I'll be knocking on doors. I'll be flyering.
Yeah.
I'll be calling up Steve.
Oh,
He's in. He's in. This is it.
It's time.
It's happening.
it's happening. It's
time.
happening. Manifest.
We're the perfect age, Max. I'm telling you.
Mate, you're so right. We're just coming right. We're just waxing perfectly.
Yeah, this is it.
That's so nice. Anyway, Will, favorite thing about the French culture for you right now, and what's the one thing you miss from old Blighty?
Oh, what do I miss? Curry.
Curry.
The most English thing of all. We don't have curry here.
Of course, yeah.
It doesn't exist here. You can't recreate the curry.
That's bloody
What's
mad,
your-
isn't it?
What's your go-to curry?
Lamb Rogan Josh, probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Lamb Rogan Josh. But it feels, in a funny way, it's a bit lockdowny because like COVID, because it was like I just missed Asian food, which is the thing I couldn't cook. So like Chinese and curry, and it's here's the two things you can't really get, like Chinese and curry. It just reminds me of lockdown a bit.
So when you head over to Northampton, that's the first thing you're doing. Night before the round of 16, going for a Ruby Murray.
Actually, last year after the asparagus, like we got a Nando's. I shared it with Goodyear and a couple of Fijians. Asparagusgate.
Because you're right. All the Fijians, whenever they go to the UK, they go straight to Nando's. All of them are like straight to Nando's because you don't get that in France either, do you?
Yeah, that's true. And Naka, he can just delete those chicken wings, can't he? The way the bone just comes out clean.
Not anymore with those teeth. Tell him. I said to him the other day, Bruss, you've got to sort your teeth out. No, bro, if I get my teeth fixed, they just knock them out again. So I'm just going to leave them. He's got one tooth left in the front of his mouth.
It's the perfect for just like shredding the chicken. His chicken teeth.
That's the art.
He's got a hell of a mouth guard. The lads love his mouth guard.
Oh my
He looks like a pirate with scurvy. Yeah.
What a human being, eh? What is he still living in like the first digs they gave him as well? Because they did that at Racing. They gave him an academy flat, a studio flat, and were like, this will tie you over for a month. Stayed there the whole time. Is he in the same thing in Castres?
No furniture at all, just a carver bowl on the floor.
And a mattress.
And they all just like they just have like towels and they all just like sleep together and cuddle up.
Oh God, I love that man.
He's such an amazing bloke,
man. You boys have got a bit of time off in Feb. I think he's potentially coming back up to Glasgow.
Yeah, he said he's going to.
Gonna come and stay with me. So, man, I love him. What a man.
He said actually, it's your old man taught him how to eat the chicken or something. He's like, you can't leave any chicken.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Chewing all the bones. They eat the end.
Yeah, it's that. It's like, Press, you can't leave any. You like pick up off my plate.
Oh my God. Well, what a legend, mate. We've taken up so much of your time, but how good to reminisce as well. Margot, well,
Cheers, boys. Could have gone on for hours.
I know. That's we should.
We'll do a Max for England special next time.
Oh God,
we haven't done that enough. Like seriously, I think that needs to be done. Like, let's get more momentum for that. It's not not only are you in great form, but it balance as well. You're playing with Genji week in, week out.
yeah.
Like you slot right in.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thanks, mate. I really
I'm writing that
appreciate
down for us. There we go. I'm literally like, go. Yeah, keep talking, Will. Keep saying how great Max is.
He hates compliments.
Oh God.
Okay, shall I do an analysis of your performance? Like technically in the shape of your life. Like never long in the leg anymore. Your bind's incredibly strong. Like no loose heads getting under that chest at the moment. You're incredibly straight. You're winning the engagement. You're chasing your feet, and then around the park, like I know you say you're feeling a bit dusty and running in treacle, but mate, you're everywhere. Up at Loftus, just running around at altitude.
Couldn't believe it, mate.
Little
I was
balls off the
surprised
shoulder at
myself.
nine, scoring tries for fun.
Mate, if you can do it there, like Murrayfield or Aviva, that's nothing.
That'd be the dream.
Exactly. Belting Ben Tamafuna at the weekend, just putting him on his arse. What did you call him? The planet
Ben, bro. Jesus, mate. He's got a gravitational field of his own, bro.
It's nuts.
Wild body shape. It's crazy. Malu Sadi is also like a fascinating looking athlete for the front row as well. Just fire hydrant of a human.
Fascinating
Not so
looking
cool.
attitude. Fascinating.
Max, stop fast forwarding past. You called Will the Scrum Doctor, and the doctor has quite literally seen you and has written.
Will's always been the Scrum Doctor.
His prognosis. So you have been. So the prognosis is Max for England. We have to make that happen. Anybody who's just bumping. Do you know what? To all our listeners and our viewers, if you are the local Tesco cashed out lady for Steve Borthwick or his nan or anything,
because that's our listener sort of like that's what our listeners are.
Keep them a bit of something for everyone, mate. You want cooking, done it. Rugby as well, banter, all of it, right? So if any of that you bump into Steve for any normal reason, mention Max. The mention Max.
Yeah, he just needs reminding, because Max has been around a long time. And he becomes, part of the furniture, just to remind him, look at what this guy's doing. Like, he's tearing up some trees there. He's old, he's experienced, he knows his way around.
And he's great. He's great for the brand as well. Social media,
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, he'd grow rugby for sure. Yeah, he'd definitely, that'd be good, actually.
Him and Pollock, can you imagine it?
Just look at him like that.
What is going on here? Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be fun.
Well, as much as we could probably just do the Manx Wax section for the next sort of half an hour to 10 years, we should let Will go. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2 hour.
Cheers, lads.
2 hour record.
I love that.
Trying to go through everything. But Will, thank you so much for your time, mate. Really appreciate that.
It was great to catch up.
Oh, so good, mate. So good to see you.
Good luck for the rest of the season,
You
mate.
too,
I hope
mate.
the asparagus is better in Northampton when you get there, and
Yeah, cheers, brother.
you get a big old win down there.
The asparagus. Right, cheers, boys.
That is,
Bloody
by the way,
asparagus.
that is absolutely priceless. What a ledge, eh?
Oh, mate, he's such a glorious human.
All right, let's roll on. Ryan, you were down at Bath. Let's talk quickly about a huge win, but absolutely putting Edinburgh to the sword, who left out, bizarrely, I don't know what they're resting them for, but a lot of their good players. Why?
Mate, 4 or 5 boys. It's something to do with the rest protocol, but still, you'd think opportunity to get something out of the game to give them more of a chance. But yeah, their hands are tied a little bit, I heard, with what Sean Everett had to deal with. But listen, you knew it was going to be a long day for them. I said Bath by 40. I think it was 63-10 at the end. They were clicking. All the front row. Big Thomas Detroit had a chat with him after Maxi Boy. And then Ben Urbano again had a chat with him after. Good boy. And then Tom Dunn. So the whole front row is getting bits done, but their scrum is on another level. So the bright sparks out of that, Harry Patterson was good for Edinburgh, but Freddie Douglas, boys, in terms of stats, he's up there as world class. Like I was chatting to a few people about it, and average turnover of some players is like 0.7 a game. His is something like 3.2 a game, which is like in terms of
crazy
stats.
That's crazy stats.
So giving a few boys a run for the money, but yeah, Bath, clicking. Fucking a singer. Max Ajomo was ridiculous again. Finn barely needs to touch the ball. It's actually, you look at the way they play.
Max Ajomo has become a problem, hasn't he? He can sort of do everything. He's the Renaissance back. He's got incredible distribution skills. And then Alfie Barbary again.
Well, that's what I say. Most importantly.
Just big Alfie make that squad for February at number 8. Does he get in amongst it?
Surely the way he's going, 3 man of the matches in a row. Isn't it weird that you look at the physique of someone and go, oh, well, he doesn't fit the mould for international rugby. But the way he's playing, It's mental, isn't it?
Oh, mate, once we all know this massively talented player. Just once he gets going, he's very tricky to stop. He's in a real vein of form. So, be interesting to see what happens there.
Because you look at the polar opposite to him, is Zach Mercer, right? So, like, body shapes in terms of where they play. Different horses, different courses. Alfie Barbary, for me, needs to be having a look in, doesn't he?
Yeah, especially but seeing like form-wise, he'd be like right up there, right? Him and Tom Willis say, but Tom Willis is out of it, as we know. So Barbs gets in there. Ben Earl, bit quiet for Sarries at the moment, but played very well in the autumn. So for England, is that all that counts to Steve? It would be interesting. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, fair play. So yeah, Bath, we're at another level. Edinburgh, way off, way off, way off.
As was Sale down at Toulouse, but that was a very, very weakened Sale team, and they were rampant. Toulouse rampant, 70-odd points of just utter total rugby. Dupont at his finest, Labelle finishing everything. It was absolute carnage.
Sale deserved it. Alex Sanderson, the team deserved to get hosed.
Yeah, that's it. That's what do you expect? You're going to get slaughtered when you send that there. It's an absolute fortress of European rugby, as we all know.
It needs to be that squad thing that you, Ryan, I think brought up initially. How do we change the Champions Cup for the better? It needs to be a squad named at the start of the season. You cannot change till the knockout stages.
Don't get me wrong, there was still some jeopardy towards the end, like the way it's been. But yeah, there's something about the squads and trying to work that out. But listen, first 4 rounds, Champions Cup, they're over. It's been exciting.
Let's look ahead, Ryan. Round of 16. Give us your predictions. Let's go. Defending champions in the shape of Bordeaux taking on Leicester. Thoughts?
Bordeaux.
That's it. Okay, Jeff Parling's men being... Remember, we throw these all the way back at you. Toulouse, Bristol. Easy win for Bristol. I think we all agree there.
Bristol, boys. Bristol
yeah.
all day.
Right.
I'm going Bristol. I'm backing my boys down there doing the job because I want to see a rematch of that Bordeaux trip.
Fine. Bath, Saracens.
Bath.
Yeah, but aren't Saracens the kind of team when people are saying it's not there?
It's not out of their reach. That
not the Sarries I saw.
Not the Sarries you saw, but that we all know the players that were in that Sarries team are capable of getting an underdog win at the Rec. I do believe that, but right now, yeah, Bath seem insurmountable in lots of ways.
There we go. That voice note pinned to the Saracens away dressing room. Northampton, Castres.
It's hard after having Will on and talking about
It's really hard if you just go Northampton.
Yeah, but Northampton have a weird thing. They can wobble. They can wobble the Saints. It's weird. They're killing it, but they also can wobble like down on board. I'm going to go Saints at home.
They bring over the PJ. They bring a few partners, right? They land. They go, boys, we'll bring our own asparagus as well. We're going after these fuckers, and then we'll play Bath next week. Who wants a little
revenge
to England?
Revenge is a dish best served raw. It'll make your pee smell even more potent. Yeah.
Doesn't it just? You can't. Yeah, sorry, Will, but you can't see past Northampton still.
No? Okay, fine. So, no, well, Castres going for the wee gate. Glasgow Bulls.
Glasgow, all day long at home.
Glasgow, yeah.
You're saying it, foregone conclusion in that way, Ryan. It's that.
How many games has the Bulls won on the road this year? Probably not many.
Just the last one in the Champions Cup. They beat the second best team in the top 14 currently, Po, away from home. Please, people.
They did do that. They did do that, Ryan, and they do have like 10 Springboks to aid. If they get it together, it's no easy feat. But I'm going to go with Glasgow. But Bulls very capable. If they Champions Cup does weird things to people.
They don't like the plastic pitch. They don't like the ice rink. We'll be okay.
Okay. Toulon against the Stormers. That's an interesting match, right? How much do the Stormers want it? And if they do...
They want it. They want it. But, Gary, that's tough.
I just see Toulon, the way that they've got the pedigree in the competition at home, the Pulu. I would like to see Stormers go down and do something special. I genuinely think I would like to see Stormers win that one. But I don't know. There's something about Toulon European Cup at home, Stade Mail. Yeah, I'm just going Toulon.
Yeah, they struggled against a sort of B team Leicester at home. Yeah, I'm going to go with Toulon. Oh, how funny was the Toulon game against Gloucester? Zach Mercer just getting absolutely heckled.
Every 2
Oh
seconds.
my God. Eeyores all day long.
Harsh. But,
Very harsh, but it's expected.
Oh, it's not harsh. You expect it. Yeah, that's fine.
You expect it. You go to the shed, that's what happens, yeah.
And Leinster, Edinburgh.
Leinster.
Don't even know why you were thinking there, Max, but
Leinster to do their thing. Again, people saying they're not it's not Leinster of old, but they've still gone through top of the group, third in the seedings too. They haven't lost in the Champions Cup.
I'd love to see Edinburgh win that. Genuinely beat Leinster would be a thing of beauty. And then we're on to Harlequins versus Sale.
That's a cool.
Oh, that is...
Genuinely, I feel like, I don't know why, I just feel like they've turned the corner, boys.
And also, I'd say Sale are on the, whereas Quins are sort of on the art.
So we're going Quins.
There we go. All right.
Sale will want that. That's like,
of course
Sale will be licking their lips for that. Like, they'll be pretty pumped about that.
But
yeah, I'm going to go Quins.
Oh, by the way, boys, I forgot to say a massive shout out to Zoe Potts, who follows. She is a massive fan of the podcast. She's been desperate to catch up with us. So Zoe Potts and a lovely partner from Ulster. I think they're Belfast way. Thanks for following.
Boys, really appreciate it. A huge thank you to Max and Ryan, as always. A huge thank you to Will Collier for coming on and delighting us for far longer than we asked him to be. And to all of you for listening and watching, jump in the comments. We do read them. But from all of us here at Maul or Nothing, we will see you all next week.
Maul or Nothing.